good morning and welcome to Love Island The Morning After, the only official Love Island podcast.
It feels like we lost half the villa last night. 3 dumpings in one episode. Savage.
So if you want to relive the absolute chaos of last night, then join me, Indiyah Polack, my lovely co-host, Queen Amy Hart, and the lovely comedian, Kae Kurd. You ready? You back?
I'm ready. Let's get into it. Let's get stuck in.
As Elma herself said, I came in thinking it was going to be sunshine every day, but it's actually torrential rain. I felt like they were in a bit of a tornado last night in that beach club.
Yeah, it was quite windy, wasn't it? Like you could see Naz's hair going all over the place.
Yeah, and Ronnie's.
And Ronnie's, yeah.
Now, the other night we had to vote for our favourite boy and our favourite girl. It turned out it was Elma and Luca that were voted top out of everyone. Are we surprised? I mean, I feel like it was always going to be Luca or Scott because the vote came just after their row.
Yeah. I think everyone has very opposed opinions, but I think a lot of people kind of resonated with Luca, with him being a lot more vulnerable. And obviously we saw that he got emotional, and that's not something you see all the time, especially on national telly and for guys. So maybe for some people it was nice to see him like let his guard down.
Yeah, I don't want to be mean, but I think he's a whole 10 years younger than Scott. So you're looking at Scott, and I think some of Scott's actions sometimes you're like, you expect better from a man of that age. And Luca, like you said, he was vulnerable. He cried tears. We saw a bit of emotion. We've seen a softer side to him. And I think a lot of us are just shouting at the TV like, Scott, just tell us what you want. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like let Tina know where she stands and get this show on the road.
I can now reveal the favourite girl voted for by the public is Elma. Congratulations. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry.
I was really happy for Elma that she got top girl. I think that will mean so much to her. And also for any future Bombshells coming in, it will mean a lot to them because they all know how to get a free pass to the final. But the 2 boys and 2 girls that were in the bottom were Tina and Kaz and Naz and Montel. Did we expect that?
Can I just be honest? Yes.
Go on.
Yeah.
Like, I think Naz, obviously, he sort of shot himself in the foot this whole season by saying he's a notorious slow burner.
Yeah.
And once you start saying that, everybody's looking at you going, well, even if we bring in a bombshell, mate, how much time do we have for you to like burn with her? This ain't an Usher song, just get to it, innit? And then when you're looking at that dynamic, Kaz and Montel look like they've got something going on now. So if you're in that situation, you're looking at it and you're going, well, who do we get rid of?
And obviously Kaz and Montel seem to be in a good situation, so they can continue that situation outside, I guess.
Are we surprised that Kaz didn't get more votes?
I am.
Yeah, do you know what? Kaz was a good watch. I felt like she brought a lot of like charisma, funniness. Is funniness a word?
Humour.
Humour, there we go. She brought a lot of humour and a lot of energy to the villa. So yeah, it was shocking to see. But again, I do think her being in a relationship with Montel has a part to play in it.
Yes.
Because there's other people that now deserve a chance. And Kaz has had her fair share.
Yeah.
She's, gone on a lot of dates. She's been in a lot of couples. And now she's found something. So I guess it's more like, let's pass the baton on to somebody else to have a try.
Also, I don't see who else you can bring in for Kaz that would be her type like Montel is.
Yeah.
She was quite clear that that is her type to a T.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't think of any bombshell that you're going to bring in that's going to turn her head. So if you're having to choose, Tina was the right fit to keep.
So which islander have you chosen to save?
Tina.
You saw how happy Scott was. He went up to Luca about 50 times going, oh, mate, thanks for that, mate. Oh, cheers, mate.
Hugging
oh,
him
mate.
every single time. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
Oh, bro, thank you, mate. Oh, thanks, bro. Like, it was like, I haven't seen a man that thankful for anything in my life, right? That guy was on it. So I think it all made sense. It is a shame that we're going to be missing Kaz, but for the good of the show, we got the right people.
Yeah, I mean, and it's about making couples, and we've made one, so let's focus on some other ones.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Elma said, now if Scott says that he's not sure what he wants, I do not have time for that anymore. Do we worry? Scott has always said that if he gets too much pressure put on him, that he sort of self-combusts. Are we worried that if everyone's saying to him now, like, you've got to take this further now, you've got to take this further, I feel like he's either going to go one of 2 ways. He's either going to panic and call it all off, or like he'll propose next week?
0 to 100 real quick. He is on right move as soon as he gets out, buying a house in Chelsea or Fulham. He's going to be like, yeah, we should move in together. Yeah, no, I'll come down to London. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. That's where I see his head at now. Because I think as well, it's like, 2.5 weeks extra. You've got to make up your mind, buddy. Like, it's crunch time, right? So there's no dilly-dallying about now, right? This is the final stretch. So if you're not sure by now, you better be.
I don't think Scott is going to panic. I think you could see that absolute terror on his face in a good way when Tina got back because he absolutely thought he was going to lose her. And like you were saying, Kae, he is 36. Not even in a bad way. Like 36 is not even old. But, you know, you're at an age now where you should know what you want in a relationship. And I think all of his villa mates are kind of starting to get a little bit irked by him not making a decision when it's very clear that him and Tina have something good going on. It can become something. So he should just go on with it.
When they all walked back in, obviously it was quite traumatic at the beach club. When they were all like holding on to each other, staggering in. And everyone was like, oh, they're back. And they were like running and hugging like friends reunited.
It was all that 0% alcohol. I think it did something to them.
Yeah.
It did.
So we also saw last night, there's finally some new bombshells. We've got a boy and a girl. Her name's Danielle. She's 29 and she's from Series 3. She also said that she's going to be pulling Scott, Luca, and Curtis for a trap. Do we think the girls have anything to be worried about?
I don't think Grace has anything to be worried about.
Okay, Grace is safe.
I think when Grace saw that Luca was in the top, the way she went and kissed him, like, I think she was like, right, well, this is where we're staying.
Yeah, very much. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, so proud of you.
Babe, I've never felt like this about anybody before in my life. But she's already made it clear to him already that you make me feel more safe and I can be vulnerable with you. And so I think they're safe, and I don't think Luca's gonna.
His head won't turn.
I don't think Curtis. I don't think his head will turn. I don't think Ekin-Su's got anything to worry about.
So do you think Scott is the one we need to look out for then?
I think Danielle needs to see what Ron's up to.
Yeah,
interesting.
Curtis and Ekin-Su have sort of like cemented themselves as the mum and dad of the villa, and Ekin-Su sort of just thinks she has a right to talk about everybody else's relationship because she feels so happy in hers. I can't see that being broken up, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I want to see chaos, though. That's what it is. I want to see chaos. I want to see drama. I want to see, oh my God, you're not my mum, that kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? A bit of chaos, a bit of drama, and then go back to normal, happy, kissy vibes, and then a bit more drama.
I mean, you never know. I mean, it's early days. Even though you are saying that Curtis and Ekin are like the mum and dad of the villa, it's Love Island. There's always room for a bit of home wreckage.
Yeah.
There's always room for a bit of home wreckage. It can always happen. We also have a very familiar face. We've got Sammy Root.
Yeah.
He is from season 10.
Yes.
Now, he was actually a series 10 winner.
Yes, he was with Jess.
He's back again.
I'm not surprised. He was trying to put it on Maya on Aftersun over Zoom or over the video call. He was trying to like lay it on with Maya, and she was just like, know yourself, behave yourself. So the fact that he's a bombshell, it's like, I'm not like, oh my God, no way, Sammy Root. So it'll be fun because he's quite a cheeky chappy. He's going to try and chat to a lot of girls. I think he's been doing that his whole life, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So he's going to try and cause some sort of upset, but I don't know how serious he is about settling down.
He's only 23, and obviously I know age is his number, but this series, it did have an older starting cast.
Yes.
So like Elma is 32, like me. We want someone to go in there for Elma and to get Elma and to like love Elma.
Yeah.
But I mean, a 9-year age gap is quite a lot.
How old was Elma when she first got into...
26.
Okay, so by that point, he would have still been in school.
Oh, wow.
Wow, yeah.
So like she would be thinking like this age gap's a bit too broad.
I will say though, when we were in the villa together, so we were both 26, our birthdays are really close together, so we were just about to turn 27. Elma used to tell people she was 23 because she didn't like being 26. And she was like, I don't feel old enough, I'm not mature enough. And there was a conversation that me and Joe Garrett were having one day just about, and I think I said something like, I'm nearly 27 years of age, like I'm past that now, I think. She said, see, this is the thing, I'm not this mature. I don't want to be like nearly 27. I'm 23, I'm going backwards. So maybe actually, having said that about the age gap, Elma is young, she's fun, so maybe it won't notice.
You're only as young as the man you're feeling.
Phil. So she will enjoy being 23 once again.
23 again.
23
Sign him up.
Yeah.
Do you think Sammy and Catherine could be a goer?
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay.
Well,
Which is quite sad. Which is quite sad because I feel like Catherine is now single, which is obviously sad to see because I feel like she's had quite a rough ride. Didn't work out with Montel, didn't work out with Naz. And really, all of like her mates are gone.
Yeah.
And she's going to have to sleep on the single bed on her own in the lounge.
I'm really not sure what's going to happen for Catherine. I mean, hopefully something comes in, but...
Something.
Someone! Rephrase that.
Something, anything. Just anything.
It's just not working out. It's not going.
The villa antics have been a roller coaster of emotions so far, but one thing that's for certain, the Islanders' pre-loved eBay fits are going to be fire. On our first date of the series, the roots of love were blossoming for Ekin-Su and Curtis. She was a vision in a rat and boa cord previously worn by Mimi, Jessica and Grace. And seriously, her accessories got us thinking, is there any date without a Prada wicker bag? From the floral detailing to Ekin thread nails to the way they matched the hearts on Curtis's CP company shirt, it was giving certified lover girl. And after a tough week, Luca and Kaz finally met their matches in Bombshells' Grace and Ron during the recoupling. Both ladies embodied the it girl aura, with Kaz wearing an Escada denim jacket and Grace dripping in pre-loved Karen Millen, I Am Gia and a Juwannabe blazer. Heads were certainly turning. Can't wait for even more fire pit flirting, fab fits and action from the villa. Shop your next villa-inspired look on eBay. Headline sponsor of Love Island. So let's take it back to the Vibe Club. We had Harriet and Ronnie having their big... I don't know whether it was a heart-to-heart. I don't know whether it was an argument. I don't know whether it was for our benefit.
I think it was...
It was all three.
It was a big DMC.
You know when they have the recap at the beginning of shows?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it felt like. It's like, for those that tuned in previously.
Yeah.
It's just
Here's what you missed on.
Yeah, here's what you missed on Harriet and Ron's.
And also, I was so happy because I think we buy into these couples, we love them, and then they come out of the villa and we don't get to know like the ins and outs of their relationship.
Yep.
I don't want a statement on your Instagram saying that you'll always respect each other and you'll be friends. Maybe no, I want to know what's happened. And tonight,
don't get together in public.
We did find out.
We want to see the breakup in public as well.
You pretty much cheated on me, do you know what I mean? It was like
No, it was one other girl I kissed, right? And then that was right at the start, but I held my hands up.
You're going off on jobs for like work, and you're bringing girls back to your hotel room, and in the morning it's humiliating because it's one in the newspaper and it's one in my Instagram DMs. Like, and now I just have to come in here and I feel like I've been so respectful in the sense that I haven't gone around the whole villa and told the whole story, but like I need to make sense of it. Because I'm saying, you know, it's hard for me to trust you. Why is it? You know why it is? Because you literally cheated on me, Ronnie. Like you know, you could say we weren't together.
I never cheated on you.
So
He
Ronnie,
was on jobs.
He was on jobs,
bringing girls back to a hotel room. Now, what does he do?
Did he have a side job as a hotel inspector?
Maybe he needed...
And he needed help?
Exactly, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's this bed feel like?
Yeah.
Like, can I get a second opinion? That kind of thing. And he did used to play football. Sometimes you need to bring a physio on board with you sometimes.
Yeah.
It might have just been innocent like that, unfortunately.
No, I don't
According
think
to
it
the
was.
DMs that Harriet received, it was not.
Hey, girl.
Someone was coming to Harriet as a woman, which is very intense when you think that, you know, you're on the straight and narrow with someone. Yeah. And then you get that text, hey, so I don't know if you know, but, you know, this guy that you're dating.
Do you want people to come to you as a woman on your DMs to tell you what's been happening? So,
quite frankly, yes. Because, like, on one side, girls are actually coming to you because they're trying to look out for you and be like, look, this is what's happening. On the other side, there's other girls that obviously just want to sleep with your guy and just cause a bit of home wreckage. Both not good, but I feel like I would like to know what my partner's getting up to.
Me and my friend once found out something about a guy that our friend was seeing, and I was like, obviously we've got to tell her, and she's like, it's not our place.
Yeah.
So I said to her, so if I was out for dinner and I saw your boyfriend in a restaurant with a girl, you wouldn't want me to tell you? And she was like, no, because you might have got the context wrong. Or I was like, well, they were snogging in the restaurant. Out. And she's like, no, I wouldn't want you to tell me because then if it all kicked off, I would have to choose him over you and we'd lose our friendship. And I was like, what?
So I feel like you lot jump into conclusions. Snogging in a restaurant, you know what I mean? Maybe there was something stuck in her throat. He was saving her life. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe he's an actor on the side and they're just filming a scene.
Exactly.
I feel like honesty is the best policy.
Have you had anybody come to you as a woman and it was something misconstrued, like he was out with his cousin or something?
No. I've had obviously like random DMs of like people being like, oh, I think I just saw Dami out of a restaurant or doing whatever. But like I can always ask him, like, I'll FaceTime him right there and then and be like, where are you? And he'll tell me where he is. Now I'm going to get bare messages now. I saw him doing this.
Sam was on a stag do once and this group of girls went up and they were like, you're Amy Hart's boyfriend, aren't you? And he was like, yeah. And they were like, lovely, cool. Well, just know that we're here and we're watching.
If me and a group of mates went, you're so-and-so's girl, yeah?
Yeah.
Stay in line, all right?
Yeah. We're going to get you.
It's so different, isn't it? Like, and if I was FaceTiming a girl, you call me controlling, like, where are you?
No, but not in
Let me see them.
Not in a crazy way. Nah, you don't do it like that. That's crazy.
Harriett said she retaliated. What do you think that is?
Because she was hurt.
Did she invite some girls back to her room? I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe Harriett just thought, look, this is not going anywhere. I've seen how you've treated me. Yeah. There's a bit of DMs going on. So she doesn't feel the need to give Ronnie that loyalty anymore.
I hope she took someone on a date to one of his club PAs.
I'm just going to throw a bit of a spanner in the works. I just feel like at that point, were Harriett and Ronnie boyfriend and girlfriend? Not to say that respect shouldn't go both ways, it absolutely should. But in Harriett's defense, I feel like the whole, like, if there's no title, like, you're not my boyfriend, so Harriett should be going on those dates. Harriett should be answering those DMs until Ronnie makes it clear what he wants from her, vice versa.
I think it's different when you come off of Love Island and everyone knows you're together. You've declared the fact that you really like each other. When they left, they were, we're leaving together. We can't wait to see where this goes. People know you're together. It is quite embarrassing. It's quite humiliating. So, I mean, she was probably right to retaliate, but hopefully they'll put that all behind them now.
Hopefully. And do you think this means that this trust can be rebuilt and they are officially going to become boyfriend and girlfriend?
Will Can a Leopard change its spots?
Can a Leopard change its spots?
I hope the trust will rebuild. I think it's very easy when they're in there and they've got nobody else that they're really interested in. I don't see either of them being interested in the new Bombshells coming in.
We've never seen Ronnie Vint like this.
No.
We've never seen Ronnie Vint go, it's just you. Something came over me when you came in. You're the one I want.
Yeah.
I think he's genuine, and I think the way he went for her immediately and like sort of discarded, for want of a better word, Elma. He was so sure of it, do you know what I mean? He done it with such passion.
Not much respect, but yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're passionate, like, it's like, move. Like, do you know what I mean? She's who I want. And even he's doubling down on it. He
keeps going, like, he's saying the same thing.
He's like, you are the one I want. I'm in love with you. I've never felt like this. And when a guy starts acting like that, almost obsessive, like, it's like, all right, bro, chill out. But like, you're doing too much. But I think it could potentially work.
Do you think this is what they needed then? To just come back together and actually have a big conversation on Love Island?
Yeah, and I'm glad they did, because like I say, I don't want them to have this privately. When people say, you could have done this at home. No.
We need to see it.
I want to see it. Yeah. Unless you're like vlogging it all for YouTube, I want you to come here and do it. It's like Molly and Callum last year. People were like, if they get back together, it's all set up. I'm like, amazing. I've loved to watch it. And right now, I would love them to get back. But I do actually really like Tom and Molly together. So I'm happy they did. But I'm glad Harriett and Ronnie have done this.
But also sometimes you need the pressure cooker of Love Island. Do you know what I mean? Like, to actually
squash you back together.
Also as well to like make sure you focus in on your feelings. Like, you lot can tell me what it's like. Every feeling you have is like intensified by 10 or whatever.
It's like an air fryer.
Yeah, exactly.
Naz is in like a conventional oven. Harriett and Ronnie, they're in an air fryer.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like,
I think they will become boyfriend and girlfriend in the villa. Who do we think is going to win the boyfriend and girlfriend race that I've just made up, because there is no official race? But do you think it's going to be Curtis and Ekin-Su, Casey and Gabby, Harriett and Ronnie, or Grace and Luca?
Depends who's got the most fans.
Yeah, and but also, I think it depends on who's got the most passion. Like, at the moment, Harriett and Ronnie are on fire.
Yeah.
Like, it's really on Harriett's call whether they become boyfriend or girlfriend or not, because Ronnie's made it clear he wants to be in a relationship with her. He wants to start again and he wants to give it a go.
Yeah.
So it just depends on when she's ready. And like, the girls are even saying to her, look, Harriett, you have handled this incredibly. I think she's tried her very hardest to just keep her cool and just not be too much. I mean, she did say that she owed it to herself to get to know people, and she didn't do that at all.
Yeah.
But, each your own. When you're in there, you don't always say what you're going to do. Like, you might have the idea to get to know someone, but when feelings are there, you just don't want to.
The thing is with like Ekin-Su and Curtis, I feel like they got together so quickly. It feels almost like, oh, you lot have been together for years now. It was interesting that nobody shouted out their names for the hideaway straight away.
Do you think maybe Ekin and Curtis spend too much time like giving advice rather than showing us like the realness of their couple?
That's what I'm saying. They're becoming a mum and dad, innit? Like, so it's just like, you don't even want to see your mum and dad getting like...
I think we would like to see more of Ekin and Curtis's relationship, as in like what actually happens. But maybe because it's just a straight and narrow. Yeah. Maybe we're too used to seeing chaos. They've got nothing to argue about.
It's Ekin-Su. I'm sure there's chaos ensuing somewhere. There's chaos Ekin-Suing.
I think Gabby and Casey could be on for boyfriend and girlfriend. But actually, I don't know whether Casey would ask her in the villa.
Well, I mean, they've just been in the hideaway.
As if this is happening. I never thought I'd be in bed with you. Even like when we first coupled up, I didn't think it was going to go like this.
Really?
I'm not sure if this is real or not. But I feel like it is now.
Okay, good.
Casey said it was the best night of his Love Island career, and he's had the longest Love Island career of everybody that's ever been on Love Island. I think the only one that could possibly rival him was Scott.
I think if you went for days spent in the villa, I think Casey would probably win.
Exactly. So best night ever. That's saying something. And I think they said they both got really intimate.
Yeah. Gabby said it gave her extra confidence in the relationship. So obviously they had some deep, meaningful conversations in that hideaway. A lot of chocolate-covered strawberries.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things that we would not see in that shared bedroom.
Legs, bums and tums.
What would you do if you were in the hideaway, Kae?
Me, I'd get a great night's sleep.
It's a good big bed, actually.
The age I'm at, that bed is beautiful. I'll be like, wait, away from other people. I don't have to worry about them going to the toilet. I could just sleep in this massive bed for 8 hours solid. Oh, sign me up straight away. What is it like being in there?
We had like a full all-inclusive holiday program of events because we like started off, went in the hot tub, became half boyfriend and girlfriend. Then we did like a massage session. Then we like had a deep, meaningful chat, and then we went to sleep. Full program of events.
It was sponsored by Thomas Cook back then, wasn't it? What did you get up to in a hideaway?
We snuggled, played some games.
What kind of games?
You know, just some little
Cluedo
play.
How was the sleep though?
It was fantastic. I fell asleep with my makeup that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, that bed looks incredible to sleep in.
That bed is very comfortable.
Well, tonight's the night we can find out how much chaos these new bombshells are going to cause.
So join us tomorrow morning and we will be discussing that. And you can catch us on YouTube, your favourite podcast Friday app, and ITV app.
Enjoy tonight's episode. Bye.
See ya.